Good morning. Today for 28th of August, and this is part 8 of a Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the 2023 Knebworth Classic Car Show at Knebworth House near Stevenage. Strangely enough, there is actually a connection between this particular car, this HP Viva, and the house itself. In the summer of 1969, an episode of Randall Hawkirk Deceased was filmed here called Somebody Just Walked Over My Grave. And in that episode you see, parked sort of over there, a 1968 HB Viva that was a Vauxhall press car. It was a bit less kind of fancy than this one. This is a Viva GT. I think as well that was on press plates like this car is. It's looks like it was either registered in this area or it was owned by Vauxhall themselves. The owner's actually looking for information about it, thinking that it might have been owned by sort of Vauxhall Special Vehicles or something like that originally. So a lot more power than the original ones. We've got a Blydenstein sticker on there. It was a big name in Vauxhall Performance back in the day. It's very, very good condition, isn't it? It's superb. It was very bad for rust, BHBV. It was like so many cars at the time. It's wonderful to see. Bit of a later car, not actually a Viva, but a sports hatch, is this thing, 77, 78. The sports hatch sort of came about because they had a lot of leftover nose cones from the Droop Snoot Firenzas, and they fitted them to the Vauxhall Magnum estates like this one. So we've got this crazy amount of power in the front of here, this 2.3 slant 4, and the practicality of an estate. Amazing. I thought these were all sort of like a sort of black colour, but clearly they're not. Amazing. I think it's 77 or 78 on an S. And then we've got Series 1 Jaguar XJ here with the most complicated engine ever. This will be a V12, won't it? They only made a V12 from 1972-73, and here is one. Very rare. So, sort of Diamonds Are Forever type Mustang, sort of 71, 72. I think they were this coloured ones they used in that film. I can't remember if they had sort of stripes. I think they did, but that's the type that they used. Earlier Mustang here, sort of 67, 68. And then a Ford Cortina 2000 GT, 2-door. Wow, that's a rare spec. Facelifted Mark III, 75, 76. Very similar underneath to the Mark IV that came later. That had a Type 9 gearbox fitted in it. It's just an L, but that's an unusual spec, isn't it? I forget the name of the colour. Somebody, I'm sure, will tell me in the comments. Incredibly late Ford Anglia 123E. It was either this one we saw yesterday here or another one that was a very late Anglia Super. It might actually have been a different car. And Sinclair C5, that was in about the same place as here yesterday. 1999 to 2000 Beetle. They were made in Mexico until 2003. This has actually got a right-hand drive conversion on it. That's rare. Wow. So it's not one of the very last, but it's the kind of almost right at the end there. 68 to 69 Volvo 1800S. Saw quite a few of these here yesterday actually. There were a number of them. It's very nice. Another scimitar, like the one we saw in the first part. Again, I'm not allowed to say what you want me to say because that phrase is banned on the channel. Gosh, we've got very loud music in the background, viewers. I hope I don't get another copyright notification like I did yesterday. 1983 to 84 Volkswagen Golf GTI Mark 1. I think this is a campaign, judging by the wheels. You've got BBS spoiler in front of that one. I wonder if those are the original plates from Carmen of Barnet. Not very far from here at all. Ooh, a Lancia Fulvia Coupe. This is Series 2. 1.3S. They did sell them over here, but they were the same price as a Jaguar E-Type for a car with a 1.3 engine. So surprisingly, they didn't sell very well. Oh, sorry, it's Fulvia 3, this one, 72, 73. That's not the original plate for this Pantera. I imagine this is from the 70s. I haven't seen Data Master Pantera for a while. This is the GTS model. I think Elvis Presley had one of these, didn't he? Elvis Presley had one of those. Another Mustang, 67, 68. Looks like the sort of bullet car. We've seen one of the sort of bullet type cars, haven't we, yesterday? Another one of them, 68, 69. This one looks even meaner than that one. I mean, that's pretty crazy, but this one's even crazier. Lots and lots and lots of power. So we've got one of these 90s Mustangs here, 1995, from Florida. Pretty why it's so well preserved. That's a 90s interior. We've got more Mustang action here. Cream leather interior. I think all of those are also. Again, 69. Rather a different type of fast Ford here. I think this is an XR4i, particularly judging by the rear window treatment. Yes, it is an XR4i. That plate, though, is a personal one, so I'm not sure what year it is. Jensen Interceptor Series 3. It is a 73, this one. There was one of the very rare Jensen Interceptor Coupes here yesterday. I'm still not sure which one I prefer, the look of this or that one, actually. So this enormous big van thing here, saw this yesterday. GMC Safari, I think they call this, about 1985. Made with Safaris and the Chevy Astros for years and years and years. Bay window, Volkswagen, 71, 72, with quite a crazy interior as well. Ooh, is that a BMW 2002 Touring? Yes, it is. It's a TI rather than a TII. That registration is not the original one, of course. It's a much earlier registration, but it does match the car nicely. Someone's put a 5-speed gearbox in that. I think it would have been the 4-speed. It's very nice. We like a nice 2002 Touring, viewers. Ooh, a Buick. It's be about 1990, something like that. Look at that interior. It's ever so sort of 80s American, isn't it? It's lots and lots and lots of red velour. A nice Maserati. Oh, that's a lovely interior. More sort of biscuit rather than beige. That's really nice. I love that interior. It's a very dark green, that one. And we have the Land Rover. We can't talk about that because of the engine. Thank you once again, Mayor of London. So it's Cortina time. This is a Mark II. I think it's a 1600E, 69 to 70. This classic colour for these. There was the Mark II 600E Owners Club stand here yesterday. I don't know if they're here today. I can't see them. And then earlier Cortina, much earlier one actually. This is pre-facelift Mark I on a pre-suffix plate. It's got the Burton cylinder head in it.
I'm fine, thanks. I'm just admiring your
It's a GT. That's been breathed on, hasn't it, a bit? Ooh, viewers, a Sierra. That's had some power. Now the 5-door hatches never came as a Cosworth. That was either a 3-door hatch or a 4-door cylinder as the Sapphire. So this has an engine transplant, but why not? It's that now 1990, 1991. Mark II Escort, 1976 or 77. Ooh, it's actually a gear. Wow. If that's the original engine in that or not. It looks supposed to be like a Pinto. (1983 to 84) Ford Fiesta Mark 1. That I think has had some pre-facelift bumpers put on it. It looks a little bit older than it actually is. It's also had some changes under there, most definitely. What this side of life has, I don't know, but it's it's something very fast now. Saw this yesterday, 1984-85 Volvo 240 GL. It's before the slight facelift in about 86, made the front end a bit flatter. 1988-89 R107 Mercedes-Benz SL. Very sort of dark interior in comparison with lots of them in the 80s. The 300 SL, that one. Oh my gosh, got some rare stuff here. The Datsun 140J.
Okay, legends.
Right, that is, I think, got personal plates on top of the real plates in there. It's a bit later than sort of 1970. I think these are also known as Sunnies at the back of the time. And then the Datsun 180B Estate, gosh, that's really rare, 79 to 80. I think, as far as I remember, those are also badged in some places as a Bluebird or a Violet. I always forget. And then got both Nissan and Datsun badges on that. 1975-76 Triumph 2500S. I think we saw one of these yesterday, actually. I mean, that's a nice car. It's a bit more reliable than the Lucas mechanical fuel injection with the 2.5 PI with that replaced. Ooh, viewers. Oh, now we're getting somewhere here. 1978-79 Ford Escort Mark II RS 2000. That had a swap from probably, I don't know, maybe a Fiesta Mark 6 ST, something like that. So that'd be pretty fast. Still got a 4-speed gearbox in it though. Worth an absolute fortune, these cars these days. Ford Ranchero. Is this a pre-suffix plate or something? I don't know what year that is. Absolutely no idea. Looks very much like a Fairlane actually. So maybe sort of 1960, maybe a little bit earlier. I don't know. Not sure. Enormous, massive Cadillac thing. I think this is a 59. Judging by those enormous fins on the back. Just the most extravagant car probably ever made. Just in all sorts of ways. But iconic piece of culture in America. 1954, Cadillac Eldorado. Once again, we're proving at the show that there is an extraordinarily strong following for American cars in this area. This isn't American though, this is a Ford Zodiac Mark III registered in 1964. One of the things this car demonstrates is that even by 1964, when B registration was out, a lot of local authorities just didn't follow with the new pattern, and so this should be something like ROD 198B, but it's not. Only in 1965 did local authorities have to actually register cars with the suffix plates. So Zodiac was the top of the range back in the day. Got some gold badge on the back of there. Another enormous 1959 Cadillac. Absolutely glorious, but you'd have to have a very, very big garage or something like that, wouldn't you? 2010 Chevy Camaro RS. Saw this yesterday. It's actually got the door handles from the Astra H, isn't it? It's crazy. And these indicator stalks and things off a Chevy Cruze. 1986 to 87 Ford Sierra RS Cosworth hatch. It's increasing in value as I'm walking around. I think there's also another one just over there that's even rarer. Don't know what this BMW is doing here. I thought this was a classic show. Never mind. Next year I'll just claim that my Sanyong Tivoli should go in a classic show. Ooh, an RS500 Sierra Cosworth. Now these are the most valuable of the lot. And yes, trophies and other things and all that sort of stuff. Goodness gracious me. Might actually be more valuable than this Ferrari. 91, 92, I think this is a 348, this one. Classic colour for these, and yellow. And then a Chrysler Delta. This has had some Lancia badges put on it. But it is a Chrysler, you can tell by the steering wheel. I have actually driven one of these. They imported less than 1,000 into this country. They are very, very rare. 1967 Ford Cortina Mark II. I wonder if this is a GT. Yes, it is, viewers. Two-door GT. Audi RS4. Yeah, okay. This is over 20 years old, isn't it now? Goodness me. I feel really old when I think about that. But yeah, bit of a classic. It's quite nice. Same thing with that BMW. 1967 Jaguar Mark II 3.4 litre. This one's not got the wire wheels, it's got these sort of the disc, but they actually look pretty good too.
They fetch good money now, don't they?
There we go. Ooh, wow. 1979 to 80 Ford Capri 3 litre S X Series. This has got the wide body kit on it, things like that. That is just extraordinary. These are really rare. They're like sort of one's actually kind of using the professionals, but like one step above that. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, midnight blue the colour is. So it's a 1980. That is absolutely extraordinary. 1960 Austin 7. Yes, Austin 7, not a Mini. They weren't badges Mini until 1961. So that is a very, very rare car supplied by a dealership in Thames Ditton. X350 Jaguar XJ6 with a cream leather interior and some wood. Very, very nice cars to drive these. They are delicious, actually. Drove one of them last year. 1976-77 Triumph Stag. Is that a beige leather interior, viewers? No, it's sort of more biscuit. The Stags didn't come with leather interiors, actually. They came with sort of vinyl, I think, originally. Matching hood. 1970 to 71 Rover P5B Saloon. Ooh, this has got a lovely beige leather interior of wood. I feel like I want to become Prime Minister just so I can be chauffeured around in one of those. Actually, maybe not such a good idea. Being Prime Minister is not a great job, is it, viewers? Ooh, a Ford Escort RS2000. It's a 4x4 as well. Wow. There's a Mark 6. What's that? About 1996, something like that. R107 Mercedes-Benz SL. Specification is this. This is the 380 SL. 1986-87 Panther Calista. It's from the Sanyong era of Panther. Do we have a Ford Cologne V6? Yes, we do. Excellent. Very rare cars these days. Sunbeam. Wow. When's this from? 1931. It's a 3.3 six-cylinder engine. I bet during the sort of Great Depression that was probably not the most sustainable business model to build cars like this. And then we've got something a bit more modest here. Do we have a Ford 8? Yes, 1938 7Y8. So what registration has this got? Oh, it's been re-registered, that. It's sort of continued production for about 20 years looking like this. The last one was the Popular, so it's been re-registered because originally we would have had a Southampton plate, and I know of Southampton plates, and that's not one of them. And we got a Mayflower. It's probably been re-registered as well, actually, to be honest. These just kind of missed the mark somewhat. They very dated styling already when they came out in the early 50s, and they just kind of missed the mark somewhat, but they're very nice to see. Oh, another Dolomite. This one is the reverse of the Sprint we saw earlier on in part 1, in the fact that it's got a full vinyl roof when it should have had just vinyl on the C-pillars, and it's got the Sprint alloy wheels, but it's an 1850 HL with the overdrive. I mean, it doesn't matter, 1850 HL is still pretty good, but it's interesting. It's a very popular upgrade to fit Sprint alloy wheels to lesser models. 1960 approximately Ford Zephyr Zodiac, maybe a Mark II. You can see towards the back end that it's got the gold Zodiac badge there. And then we've got big, massive Ford pickup from 1979. Oh, it's an F-150 Ranger. Still massive though, isn't it? That is very big. And we've got Golf Driver, 1990 to 1991. The Land Rover we're probably going to have to skip. It's not a GTI, it's the one below was the Driver. Keep those insurance companies happy. Land Rover, yeah, afraid, don't talk about these on the channel. 1966 Ford Mustang. One of about 1 million Mustangs here today. Ford V8 Pilot van. Goodness gracious me. Is this an original one or is this like later bodywork? It looks like it's sort of later bodywork, but I could be wrong. Oh, it's for sale. 07774 694 630. There we go, it's in a classic Ford. It's a gentleman who has done that up. We saw this yesterday, viewers. 889 Mercedes-Benz 300 CE C124, grey leather. And then a Subaru Impreza, first generation. Can't remember the model of this now. Oh, it's a P1. There we go. Now it's not actually the year of the plate. It's a little bit later than that. P1s were quite rare, I think. I think it's an original UK car. You can see number plate aperture suggests that, but we didn't get too many Tudors over here at all. So sort of filming views, a few other cars have turned up in this area. One of them is this Series 1 E-Type 4.2 Roadster, which seems to be on its way out already. Next to it, more Mustangs. 2003 to 4 Mustang Mark 1. This is one of the last of this sort of shape, isn't it? Never, of course, actually sold over here until the current generation. That's better, parked in a better way there. Ooh, another Golf GTI Mark 1 with the Pirelli alloy wheels. Again, 83, 84, I think that's campaign. Ooh, late first generation NSX. I can't remember why we stopped selling them over here, but the later ones, because of, I think, pedestrian safety regulations, had to have these different headlamps that don't pop up. 2002, but they weren't massively successful over here, unfortunately. They're fantastic cars. They just, you know, didn't really appeal to enough buyers, really. Look at this as well, massive Bentley Continental. I think it was the GTC. I can't remember what year this is. This isn't the original generation. This is a little bit later, I think, this one. So, Jaguar XKRS, about 2010, 2011 perhaps. Personal plate, of course. This is one of these nailers, isn't it? He can't remember what the full name of the company is. Nailer TF 1700. It's the 1.70 series engine from the Morris Italia. They've been made in the 80s. 1956 Chevrolet here. Not a 57, but a 56. Hello. Two little friends down there. Ooh, look what else we've got here. A Princess. Yes, please, viewers. 79 to 80 Princess 2, 1700 HL. The mark was Princess, not Leyland Princess or Austin Princess, just Princess. Original condition, 2,300 miles. Again with that 1.7 series engine in that. Another splitty. I don't know where all these splitties are coming from, but there seems to be quite a few of them here today. This is 66, it's a right-hand drive. Not with the opening windscreen though. This thing, goodness me, I don't know what that is at all. It's like some sort of 50s racing car, but based on something from the 70s. Probably based on Jaguar XJ. Another Beetle 72, 73. I'm more interested though, viewers, in this Toyota Celica. It's a Mark 1 GT 2005 speed. I think this is a UK car. There were two specifications, the ST and the GT. This is a GT. Very nice. And my gosh, what's that? Wow. That's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? That's it's by Gear. I think that's got a Chrysler or something. That's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Wow. Very rare. So another one of these bay windows, 77, 78. Next to this brand new Ferrari. I can't even remember what model of Ferrari this is, to be honest. I don't know anything about modern supercars at all. Yeah, I have no idea. I do know that this is a 1965 Jaguar E-Type 4.2. This is the fixed head coupe. It's not a 2+2 because the door would be longer if it was. And to be honest, the rear seats in the 2+2 are an absolute joke anyway. I've tried to sit in them and it was impossible. So probably best you don't try to get in the back of one of those. 77, 78 MGB GT in a very, very nice colour. That's looking very smart. Where on earth is this from? I think this is like a Bentley 8 or something. I don't know what that number plate's from. Absolutely no idea. It's actually 1908 is a Brooklands. 1967 MGB GT. I thought it was a C for a second. It's not. It's just a normal B. It's a very nice colour. It's a very attractive colour indeed, actually. That's a real rarity. It's a very standard looking two-door Mark 1 Escort. It's not been modified or anything. This is a twin cam, 1970-71. Most of these have been turned into Mexico replicas and things like that, haven't they? Wow. Saw this yesterday, 2002 to 3, R53 Mini Cooper S by John Cooper Works. 2003 Mercedes-Benz SL. It's a bit different from the R129, isn't it? This car's 20 years old. It doesn't really feel 20 years old to me at all, but there we go. Fortunately, the window's changed direction, viewers, so we don't have to hear the singing so loudly. Unfortunately, we've just heard wind noise, so you pick wind noise or music that gets me copyright notifications. I can't win, can I? 1983 to 84 Ford Capri Mark III 2.8 injection 5-speed with some RS wheels and a massive aerial. Does that mean it's got a Citizens Band radio in it or something? Then we've got a Porsche 928. I've not seen one of these actually for a little while at shows, but they are around. So it's a very different lineup of cars from yesterday. I'm glad I sort of came back for a second. It's the S2 model, so mid-80s I think. Another Mark II Escort. This one RS 2000 7677 registration. So very similar to the car used in the professionals, apart from this is a green one. That was a white one with the pre-facelift front end. Anyway, I think that's it for this part. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like us, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again very soon for more incorrect information.